it just seems wrong to go ahead and start talking about organization until we sit down and have a good cup of coffee, and I am definitely looking forward to it. So we just got done eating a nice dinner, or well, it was more like a later lunch dinner at Pizza Ranch, which is pretty awesome. And my husband here has some words of wisdom. We're going to call this segment Words of Wisdom with Tim, on why it's important to be organized.
Words of wisdom after Pizza Ranch. There you go. See if I can get some blood up into my head.
So why is it important to be organized?
Oh, organization.
Yes.
Let's see. It's important to be organized because if I were to go to Pizza Ranch and they had chicken mixed up into the macaroni and cheese, I probably wouldn't eat that chicken. So like it's separated, you know what I mean?
This is
But on
true.
a more serious note, let's just say if you have 5 places to put your keys, now you gotta look 5 different places because one of these times you're gonna hit the jackpot and you're gonna find those keys. Instead, if you just have them in one place all the time, you never have to go hunting for them. I guess another way organization is important. It's a big time saver. You always have your tools in one place.
Yeah.
You don't have to go around looking for different places where that hammer might be. It's always where it needs to be. And also, when I was working for various employers over the years, some of them were cleaner than others, and the ones that weren't very clean, they always had piles of stuff, just piles of stuff. And I try to sort through it, and a lot of times instead of just like looking for the tape measure that you got, you have to go and buy a new one. Well, you save a lot of money being organized because then you don't have to go buy another tape measure when you already got 2 or 3 of them piled up in the corner over there and you can't find them. Some people like to have a tape measure in every vehicle, and I get that. Maybe have I got sunglasses in each vehicle because you know they're easy to walk away with because you wear them.
Yeah.
So I discipline myself to put my sunglasses back in the vehicles we have, and then I carry one in my backpack too.
As you can see, those
Yes.
are nice sunglasses right there, huh?
Top Gun.
You want to tell everybody, like,
Oh, I gotta drive.
okay. So those sunglasses are actually really good deal.
Yeah, 99 cents.
99 cents.
Family dollar.
So if they do get lost, it's not a big deal, right?
Correctamundo.
When I met Tim, like 17 years ago, I think it's been now, I was not a very organized person. I've always been a
It
clean
was very,
person.
very clean. Very
Yes.
clean.
Yes.
Clorox clean. It smelled like chemicals. Sometimes it smelled so good. And then you go over to my house and it smelled like manure because I was out in the country. But it was really organized. Where her organization was like open up a drawer. Oh, it's in there. It's all in there. It's a big pile. Just a pile. I'm like, this just looks like chaos in a box right here. That's what it looks like to somebody who likes everything organized. It looks like chaos. But then she'd go to my apartment at the time, and when I was working, she went there and cleaned it with my mother-in-law, and it looked spotless. And she goes, yeah, I was picking up big dust bunnies. And then I had a rag in my shower I'd use for cleaning. And she said it was like hard like a rock. I said, no, you just put that in the shower head and get it all wet, and it loosens it all up again. And she was just like, that's disgusting. I said, no, the rag is fine. What'd you do with my rag? 3 months that thing's been in there. So anyways, remember organization is key, because if you just invest the extra 5 minutes of organization every day, putting things back where they belong, you'll probably save yourself 60 minutes. I mean, I don't know, I never really looked at it, but the little bit of time you invest in organizing things, you save yourself multiplied minutes and hours throughout the day, probably days through the whole year you'd save just by keeping things where they belong.
So those are words of wisdom by my husband, Tim Kornowski. And he always has something interesting to say. So thank you for the words of wisdom.
Interesting is the word.
Interesting and helpful.
Yes.
So thank you for the words of wisdom. It's been such a lovely day today. It's been feeling a little bit more like fall the last couple days, but very much welcome as it's been such a hot summer. So I'm taking a little walk and in the neighborhood, enjoying the nice fall-like day today, and thought I would go ahead and give you some thoughts on organization. So I think of it this way. If you were to go ahead and make a cake, you're going to want to start from the beginning of the recipe and work your way down. And that's really what organization does in our lives. So let's look at the opposite circumstance. If we wanted to make a cake and started from the bottom up, our recipe would not turn out the way that we would have wanted it to. Obviously, it's not going to be a cake at the end of the recipe. So with organization, it really helps the flow of your life. And more specifically here with homeschooling, many of you are getting ready to start your year. If you've homeschooled already, it's just preparing, getting ready. If you're brand new at it, it's a whole new adventure for you. So we look at that and we see how things can flow better for us in our year. Homeschooling is already such a big challenge, and we want to minimize. We want to minimize. I can't talk. We want to minimize that challenge as best as we can. Make it as easy as possible for us in our lives. So when you get all of your homeschooling papers together and you figure out the kind of plan and system that work best for you, you're going to want to have all that organized. Let me kind of explain what that looks like in my house. I have a file cabinet that on the top of the file cabinet, I keep all of my younger daughter's stuff. On the bottom of the file cabinet, I keep all of my older daughter's stuff. They both have a bin, or they both have a filing system that works good for them, where they put their science, their history, their math, the various subjects that they have. They also each have a binder, which if you refer to the last video that I did, I show you what that binder looks like. And that all goes in their particular file drawer. So everything is there for them. Nothing is left out of place. We don't have one book upstairs, one book downstairs, one book in the basement. It's just, and everything has to be put back the way it was at the end of the day. So they have all their stuff out for the day. They put it back at the end of the day. Nothing gets lost. I also have a binder for myself to keep all of my notes, all of the things that I have going on in one place. So I'm gonna turn around because the street's getting a little busy here. Okay, so with my binder, I have the minutes of homeschooling I'm doing, the grades that I'm keeping track of, I have the attendance sheet, I have all my months. So I print out all of my months and what we're doing for each month lesson, and what we've conquered for each week, each month, each year. I have as much information as possible in there, so I don't get confused in going and knowing what we need to get done, how we need to go about our year. And I do my best to be as organized as possible with that. So, like I said, there's so many different avenues that you can go through in figuring out what kind of planner, what kind of system works best. If you're starting from scratch, go online, look up homeschool planners, look up free homeschool paperwork. I don't know. Ask friends. Go to stores that offer things like that. We have a store in near our area that's actually a teacher store, but they have homeschool stuff there too, and they have homeschool planners. I don't like the homeschool planners that are available, so I literally went on the computer and made my own system on Excel. So you can do that too, and you can break everything down. Do you hear the church bells? Isn't that special? So there is quite a lot of avenues, and you do not have to have a homeschool room to keep everything organized. I don't have a homeschool room because it just never worked for our family. We like to do homeschool around our dinner table. We also like to do homeschool my oldest does it a lot in her bedroom. She likes the peace and quiet. We have a desk in there for her. My youngest is not so much like that. She likes to do it at the dinner table. And some people do homeschool in an actual homeschool room. Some kids do it outside, inside, just wherever the parents are going to be, in their parents' offices. I've heard so many different kinds of ways and systems that homeschoolers make things work. But the key to all of that is being organized, having some kind of organized system in your house to make whatever system work best for you. So that is my advice on homeschooling and being organized that way with your homeschooling. So hopefully this helps someone out there, and just know you can do it. I had a hard time learning how to do this, and it's taken me 7 years to get to where I am today. It doesn't all happen in 1 week, 1 year. It takes years to achieve things and get better and better at them. So, anyways, give yourself a break and just take the steps to getting better and better at organizing things. Okay, well, until next time, you guys have a great day.